My name is Michael Davis. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. First off, I want to thank God as my higher power for giving me the opportunity to share my story. Uh, back, I'm 66 years old, and I've been drugging for a good 50 years. Uh, it has turned my life into a turmoil. I've been to prison, I'm going to say 18 to 20 years. I don't keep counting. I was just going. I was going at least twice every decade since the 70s. Um, I started as a young kid, like everybody, well, not like everybody else, but most addicts, uh, light drinking, smoking weed, and it progressed. It progressed to pills, uh, and cocaine and heroin. And the cocaine stuck with me for a good 30 to 35 years, and I really liked it, and it ended up where I couldn't even manage my life anymore. I kept fooling myself and going to jail and wasn't using, getting out and say I know I could stop, and it never happened. I got out and did the same thing over and over again. Um, I lost my wife. I lost my son. I lost friends and family because of my conniving, cheating, stealing, doing all sorts of negative things in my life. I happened to keep a job and retired, but that was because the job kept me with money and the money kept me with drugs. So most of the time, all my money was just for drug use. So I was never able to save any or participate in any relationship I had. I always used to chip in. I never paid a full bill, and then I go back and try to get that back that I chipped in. Um, I'm gonna say 2 years ago, I got tired, and I just couldn't do it no more. So I threw my hands up and surrendered, and enough was enough. So what I did was I was on parole, and I called my parole officer, and I said I'm turning myself in because I had left the halfway house, and got right out of there and was working, and then I smoked a joint, and I caught a dirty urine, and so they put me on restriction. And in my mind, they was wrong. I wasn't wrong, and I knew I should have had a clean urine. So I left the halfway house, and then when I got out of there, I started using cocaine again. So I did that for about 4 to 10 days, and I just got tired. One day I just woke up and I was tired. I was walking down the street and said, "This is enough." I seen myself going back to jail. I seen myself gonna have to start all over again. So why not start over again, trying to get some help and get myself clean? So I asked for a rehab, and I was told about Woodhaven, and I turned myself to Woodhaven April 28th, 2021, and that saved my life. I went in there with full awareness that I wanted to stop, and I took the program serious. I asked a lot of questions, and I found out about that disease more than I ever thought was. It was just like I was in college, and it made me feel so good. And so from there, and I was getting ready to graduate uh, August the 11th, and a warrant came out from an old case I had, and I was facing 6 years. And they let me stay there and finish the class, and I turned myself in after then, and I fought it. I said, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. So I was gonna get that off my back. And what happened was that I got me a good lawyer because they was trying to send me to jail because of my past record. My record is this long, and they just gave up hope on me. But I didn't quit. I got me a decent lawyer, and I fought the case, and they gave me probation. And I had a good friend who turned himself in with me, who's in the program with me here at Good Shepherd. And he was telling me about Good Shepherd. And he said it was a spiritual, sober living. And that scared me because I always thinking it was going to church and God. Even though I know God was in my life, I only used him when I was in trouble or I was asking for something. So I was debating, did I want to go to this program? But I believed in him because he believed in me. And we went through the program together at Woodhaven, and we did real good. So I stayed in contact with him all that time, which was 14 months altogether. And when I got out, he talked to the supervisor there, which was Sean Trapp, and his word was good, so he let me come in. And I've been there for 3 months now, since December 2nd. And I love it. I love the churches I'm going to. CLC is my favorite church. This is when I really put God in my life. And it was the people around me, and it was CR. They have a program called CR, and it's great. And I loved it. So I started listening to what people were saying, and I sit at home, and all God wanted me to do was do right. And it's way more easier than I thought. I stopped the lying, I stopped the conniving. I had put everybody out my life for 18 months because I had to get myself together. And now I see people coming back, listening to me, and giving me hope, man. And I know that I've hurt a lot of people, and I've tried to make amends to the ones that I could, and that's all God asked me to do. And some people is never going to let what I done pass them by, but I did my part. And my part now every day is to stay clean every day and keep participating in what I'm doing and knowing God has my back.